Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. Do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. I try to put gaming content out like this on a regular basis, and if you guys enjoy the video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. Now with that said, today's video, I want to talk about a little handheld system called the PlayStation Vita. Now, if you've been following my channel, on some of my recent pickups video, I actually picked up a Japanese version Arctic White PlayStation Vita Slim. Now, I used to have a PlayStation Vita back at launch. I believe they came out in 2011. I probably picked it up maybe like two months probably after launch, and I really enjoyed the system. And I did fall on some hard times due to some medical reasons, so I winded up having to sell my PlayStation Vita. I wound up selling it, all my games, all the accessories I had for it, because I really did take care of the thing. I had a really nice case for it. I had a plastic piece that snapped on it that made it almost feel like a controller, and the thing was so comfortable. Now, this right here is the PlayStation Vita that I actually picked up. Now, this is the North American, or the Japanese model that I picked up. You know, and I guess there is some minor differences with it. It hasn't affected any gameplay or anything. I can use all my games. I had no problem downloading games off of the eShop. I did notice one thing about it though, as far as like when you're in the main menu, the X and the O buttons are swapped. So it kind of reminds me of how Nintendo's setup is. You can change that in the settings, but if you do swap that, what happens is it winds up reversing those buttons in game. So I actually swapped it back and just left it how it is, which is fine. I can totally get used to it because of playing Nintendo products. You know, it's always opposite of the way that Sony and Xbox is, so not a problem. But that's one of the big differences that I noticed. And one thing with the Slim model is it has a different screen. Now, I do really like this. I think this is an awesome looking system, and it is really light and really comfortable. It almost feels tiny in your hands, especially, you know, coming from playing a lot of Nintendo Switch or even the Nintendo Switch Lite. This thing still feels tiny in your hands comparatively. But I did wind up picking up this guy right here. I wanted this for a long time. I actually picked up the original model, the 1000 model. And I gotta say, I really do like this version of this handheld. Now, the one key difference is with these systems is the thickness. The Slim is quite a bit thinner, and you can obviously see that here. And the other main difference, and probably the thing that makes people want to get this version over the Slim model, is the screen. Now, this does have an OLED screen, and the OLED screen looks absolutely amazing. It is definitely quite a bit brighter than this one. This one has a really great screen too. You know, don't be fooled. This one does look really nice, but this one, the blacks and just the depth of the color is night and day almost. I mean, it's just such a difference when you even turn the brightness down all the way on this. You can still see how the colors pop. It's crazy. I actually compared each screen to the other one with the brightness turned all the way up and turned all the way down, and seen quite a difference. But I want to just, you know, show that in the next part of the video, just so if you don't have one of these and you're thinking about buying one at some point, maybe to collect or to play, because this is a really fun system. I'm really loving having this again, and I'm really liking playing original PlayStation games on here and PSP games as well. I've actually downloaded a couple games, and the nice thing is that I can have my profile on both systems. I can have them playing at the same time even. Now, granted, I haven't played online at the same time or nothing like that, but I've had both systems booted up, both systems in the eShop at the same time. I can download the same game on each one of these. It's just made so nice and makes everything so much easier than, say, like the Nintendo Switch. The Switch Lite, now if you already have a regular Switch and you try to, you know, put your account and everything on your Switch Lite versus, you know, when you already have it on, say, your main Switch, you have to go into settings and keep swapping things around, and it's just can be a real pain. This is made so much easier. I wish Nintendo would follow this model and just make it, you know, easier for having a Nintendo Switch Lite to just, you know, be able to have all this, you know, both stuff on both systems, you know, download on each, you know, even have them on and on the, you know, playing at the same time. Now I could see them not wanting to be letting you do online games at the same time, but just letting you log into your system and actually check things out, check messages, whatever, you know, download games. It's just weird how Nintendo does it, and Sony does this really, really right. So there is some definite benefits to having these systems. Now it does kind of suck that, you know, Sony didn't keep supporting this, and now they don't even make these anymore. But I'd say now is probably the time to get these before they do go up in value, because they're definitely going to go up in value. They are really nice systems, and they're quality. I mean, you can tell that by just putting them in your hands. And I knew that when I originally bought this in 2011. It was at the same time, I think I also bought like a DSi. I want to say that was the newer Nintendo system at the time. But it was night and day, just the quality on this, say, versus even the feel of the DSi. I mean, you had the weightiness, you had the metal here, you had the OLED screen, you know, just it screamed quality, and it just looks awesome even to this day. But I want to just show you guys the difference in the screens so you guys can get an idea if this is something that's, you know, something you're interested in picking up possibly. Now, I do want to show you one other thing I did pick up while I was out, because I got the PlayStation Vita Model 1000. I also picked up a 16-bit memory card, or 16 gigabyte memory card, because you definitely need a memory card, and unfortunately Sony makes a proprietary card, and the cards are expensive. The slim one I have has a 4 gigabyte, and it's just not enough. But these cards, these memory cards, are very you know, difficult to get easily, like at a GameStop or something like that, you know. I was lucky that they even had any. They had two. I think they had an 8 and a 16. So obviously I wanted to go for the bigger one. Actually, it might have been a 4. I forget, but it was nothing bigger than 16. That was the biggest, so I picked that up. I would have picked up a bigger one had they had it. I mean, the best way to get, you know, memory cards for this thing is just by ordering on the internet. Like I said, there's not really any easy way to just go to a store and pick them up. But I also, while I was there, winded up picking up this guy right here, Pokemon Emerald, which is really cool. This, I seen this there before and thought about picking it up, but they had another one actually, and that one, the label was all beat up. I think I mentioned it in a video a while back, but they actually got a better looking cartridge in, so I wound up picking this guy up, because one of the cool things is when I bought the Vita, it actually had an extra $20 off. So the way I justified buying this was that $20 in savings. So whatever you got to tell yourself, right? But you know, I'm pretty happy to add this to my Game Boy Advance collection, which is still very small, but I'm trying to grow it. You know, I just love handheld gaming. It's just so cool to see how far we've come with it. Now you got something like the Switch, which is basically it's a console in your hands. So it's absolutely amazing. And the PlayStation Vita was pretty much at the time just like that as well. A console in your hands, not quite up to the consoles at the time. And same with the Nintendo Switch, it's not quite up to the consoles we have at the time, but it is damn close. And some of the games, even look just as good or even better than, some of the systems we have out now. Even though it's about to get let back a little bit by the next gen, which is coming out this next holiday season. But let's check out these screens and see what you guys think. Alright guys, so here I'm going to turn them on and let you guys see the difference in these screens here. Now I do have different colors on here, but you can see already the difference in brightness. Now I'm going to go into the settings here and just make sure that I have these brightness settings up. I'll go into these settings as well. Now you're already seeing quite a difference. I know I'm seeing it, and I'm sure the camera is definitely picking it up. So let's see here. Sound and display, brightness, and you can see that's up pretty far. Now go down to settings in this one, sound and display, brightness. So you can see right now they are at the same, almost exactly the same brightness, and there is a huge difference. It is absolutely crazy. So here I turn that up all the way. Now this is up all the way, and I mean it's quite a significant difference here. So yeah, it's awesome. This screen is absolutely awesome. Now I'm going to turn the darkness all the way down, and all the way down here. See how bright this still is. What a difference. So I mean, you can imagine how this is going to translate over in games. It's going to be quite a bit. Now let's see if I can start a game at the same spot. I'll try to start it out in the beginning of the same game. But look, I got them both turned up all the way, and now you should be definitely able to see the difference. And I'm kind of on a different viewing angle, and the bottom one with the OLED screen doesn't really matter what angle, it's just bright. I have to get over top of it where the camera is to really see the brightness of the slim model. So let's get out of here. And if you've noticed, I'm hitting opposite buttons because it's opposite, because this is a Japanese version. So like I said, they have it swapped. Alright, so I can go back to the main screen here. Alright, so let me see if I can boot up a game in the beginning. So I will try to boot up Castlevania at the same time. Messed me up with the with the button being different. Alright, see if I can start these at the same time. Yeah, I was playing Ghosts and Goblins on both of these. Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins is such a fun game. Oh my goodness. What a blast. I mean, I can see quite a difference on this already. And I also have as far as this game, I was already playing it, so I do have the screen blown up on this one, which I need to do that to this one as well. I have the aspect ratio changed, so I want to say I did it custom, but I don't know if I could. Let's see if I could replicate that in here. Let's see. Go to the settings, other settings, screen mode. Let's see. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll put them both to normal. I think I had this other one custom. Maybe I had it in the regular custom. That looks about the same. It looks like I zoomed it in a hair. Let's see. I want to say that's fairly close, so I'm going to stick with that for now. Okay, so back out of that, and let's start the game. Let's see. I'll just make a dummy file. So, sure. Select. Yeah, we'll just make it an A. Start. Trying to match them up the best I can. I know the screen size is a little bit different, but you know, for the most part, they're pretty much the same. I just want you guys to check this out, and you can definitely are going to be able to see the difference. Now I'm elevated above them, and the brightness, I can definitely see it already. I'm able to see much more details in the original model. There's quite a bit of more contrast. And I do have the both screens maxed out still, so the top one, the slim, maybe a little bit washed out, but regardless, still they're very nice looking games. Let's see. Absolutely great games too, by the way. Symphony Night is awesome, and I had to download this. I'm trying to remember. I think it looks like it has a filter on it, which is absolutely fine. But still, these sound really good because they both have forward-facing stereo speakers, so that's always good. But what do you guys think? Which model do you like better? Would you go for the slim, light, sleek design over the original, more bulky, heavier model, but with the nicer screen? I mean, you can see the difference. Like I said, the slim model still has an absolutely gorgeous screen. There's not a problem with it at all. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing still. It's very tough to make a decision to choose. I really do like the screen. I really do like the build quality in both of them. Something about the original model, though, it definitely has a more meatier feel, but it feels more substantial, like you're holding something more substantial. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Which one would you guys pick up? Or if you already have them, which model do you have? And which one do you like better? Please leave me some comments, and if you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing to the channel, guys. Like I said, I try to put gaming content out as much as I can, and if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. But that's it, guys. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.